tea. Hot milk tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
With bread.
the bread
3 pieces of bread.
with egg inside.
You add into my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now, you carry that so you can go convince your friend.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right. So one of my friends called me.
And the same man you go do now.
Yeah, same man.
And the man tell you say one for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are two now.
In the Jeep.
In a G. Then they are two.
A big Jeep.
Yeah.
That wins.
Black BG. Photo G.
Photo Jeep.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
Air condition all inside.
no. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you can't hear.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. If you say I want to talk again. I want to mean who talk to you. Talk a question. Hi, how you looking? Hi, looking. Then you want post another more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think it's explain to me. Come look at you say you get the tea to the man. After you get the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's me things say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay. To explain.
Là, c'est la cheese.
She's a lot. A ghosting?
Eh?
It's an eye or the other between patient. A ghosting?
Eh?
It's an eye or the other between patient.
Patience is one marry so I say I want marry and them and who know yet. I have to say la four of la four so I tell her say I want marry last to say or let us stay. So I tell her say what I say I want you and I say you want marry say la cheese.
She's a lot cheese.
Yes, so I tell her say la wish cheese. To say la grandpa saw cheese.
You saw you let the woman that can tell us more.
Yeah. Patient pass again told me to woman dance again told me.
She can tell you.
That woman again told me. Oh, I think I think before you laughing.
Oh, nothing of you.
Good afternoon, and a pleasant welcome, Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Khan Oliver Kine. I'm here today with Princess Alexa Vanjakoli on the last day of the month of February. the year remains 2023. By the time we are here on tomorrow, it is going to be the 1st of March. Gradually, and those of the folks who are in the opposition are fighting to take on state power. While those in government are to continue to receive their paycheck, the Liberian people will decide. It is rolling 2023 and the most anticipated general and presidential elections will be executed sometimes in the latter stage of the year, October to be exact. And the National Elections Commission told us on the 10th of October, Liberians will be deciding that they would choose whether to have President Weah re-elected or to have him replaced with either Joe Bwaka, Alexander Cummings, or Mr. Tiawan Gongolo. Out of the 73 districts will be tested. The Liberians will make a determination whether to keep all of the representatives, some of the representatives, a few of them. That decision rests squarely within the constitutional authority of those who are residing in the different districts across our country. Of course, from the Speaker of the House of Representatives to the newest and the last lawmaker to have ever graced that body, I mean the 54th, their fate will be determined by the people of the country. And so with this kind of thing happening in the country, our job is to bring to you those who are opting to be representatives, those who are opting to have their tenure retained, so that they tell you exactly why they will want their tenure extended. They will equally tell you why they will want to replace the current cream of lawmakers. Today's conversation, we have in studio with us Mr. John Sylvester Elise. He is from district number 14, a representative aspiring who is having the ambition to unseat Abraham Vamuya Kone, the district lawmaker of district number 14. We're going to take a few bars of our theme song. Alexa and I will have, our official sponsors talking to us. We'll have words from Crime Stoppers Liberia. Subsequently, we could have some from Aqua Live if possible. And when we return, we're going to be running strictly to Studio B, where Mr. John Sylvester Ellis is going to be pretty seated. And as a matter of fact, he's already in studio to tell us more about why he is opting to replace the Honorable Abraham Vamuya Kone. I'm told he's deterred. If you're in Gibraltar, if you're there in the Sawmill community, if you're there in the Abuja Peteta, Pakoya, Samanima, Claraton, Do community, Watusi, Vital, Koneya, Sherivia, Jenikaya, Dralen, and you can name it. Once you're in those places, the man who is intending to have ABC replaces in studio, we're going to ask him a lot of the hard questions. And your job is to also call during the course of the call-in segment. We take a few bars of our theme song now to return.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the sort of vigilante justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is a part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. It's all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Man Sam Sign.
Okay, all right. So welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Welcome, Alexa. Good afternoon.
I'd like to say good afternoon to you, Oliver, and I would like to say good day to all of you who are following today's edition of the program Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. It's good being back. And we have a lot to talk about today as we have our studio guest already here. We're going to be discussing a lot of things surrounding politics in District number 14, Monserrado County. So however way you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome.
Okay. Basically, we're back, and it is important that we run over to Studio B, where Mr. John Sylvester Ellis is already pretty seated. Mr. Ellis, it is our honor to have you welcome to Freedom Hub on Freedom FM 87.9. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Oliver. And I say good afternoon, Alexei. And I want to say a warm good afternoon to the peace-loving people of District number 15 and everyone in Radio Land on our voices. I'm going to say thank you for the invite.
Okay, so we will appreciate were you to be a little bit audible. We are making the adjustment here so that the folks all across your district will be able to hear you clearly. Now we want to get started by you telling the folks listening who Sylvester Ellis is.
Thank you very much, KOK. I love to call you KOK every time I encounter you.
Okay.
It's a KOK, so I will call you that.
Mm-hmm.
Chairman John Sylvester Ellis, I prefer to be called.
Chairman, in which sense?
I'm the chairman of the Freeport Development Association.
Okay.
I'm the former chairman of Central Freeport Community, and the chairman is
okay. All right.
So I prefer.
No, I just needed the clarity anyway.
Yeah, I prefer to be called chairman. So Chairman John Sylvester Ellis is a Liberian, a father, like I said before, the former chairman of the Central Freeport Community, and I'm a representative aspiring in District number 14 and the progenitor of the Social Corporate Responsibility Framework agenda.
The Constitution of our country, as containing Article 30 and other provisions, will not make it compelling for people to be academically to a specific, status to a specific level. But we will want to know from an educational perspective, where do you stand? What's your qualification?
Public administration and politics at the African Methodist University.
Mm-hmm.
I also graduated from the Liberia Institute of Public Administration.
Okay, so you read public administration at the AMEU?
Yes.
And what?
And the Liberia Institute of Public Administration.
Did you attend a degree at the AME?
I pursued the course, and it's a story that I would completed all course requirement and move to the Liberia Institute of Public Administration to follow my academic sojourn.
Okay.
I've had other trainings in other areas like port management, security training, all of that.
Okay.
That is how far I stand academically.
Okay. So basically, from where we stand, we can simply say you are still pursuing your first bachelor's degree.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay. Now, are you a family man? These are not requirements according to our law, but we want to have a basis set from which the conversation is still true. You want to tell us about, your status. The people want to know who they're going to be making their lawmaker. Do you have your family? Are you a married man? It does not have to be the wed wedding. Customary marriage is acceptable on our law. What are
I'm happy, beautiful, of the
are they
is they are all we are very residing District 14
till present.
to present.
You want to represent the people of District of the kind of representative Ibrahim Vamuya Khan. Have you delivered?
KOK District 14 like but not this function the 12 have record about his cardinals which have zero if pulled from Arab or whichever the political goals in the reputation.
Okay.
He has not lived up to the responsibility call of targeting district resident about his that is maker hasn't last that warrant him 18 but of this photo time to 14 to replace him, and I think they should being located where it is currently. You will agree with me that this the industrial hub of the big national district.
Okay.
And entities that contribute towards the survival of big in the but our district is lacking in every aspect of it, whether it has to do with the environment. Our district is behind. There are no sanitary program in place to keep the district associated with the rainy season.
Okay.
There are no academic program. In fact, our district, if you look at equity ownership of our district and look at the district as it stands geographically and physically, I mean, you'd wonder whether we even have a lawmaker. So these are reject. We have availed ourselves to our people for consideration, come or to what thing to represent him.
Well, I mean, whenever we have political ambitions, especially when it is to replace someone, there are several, things that are held. And most times, whenever we have these different discussions, people look for honesty, people look for fairness, and see as the people. So now you just said this man, and I mean no legislation or just said in several different words. 12 years, you've been residing in this district for a lot of years, over 10 years, over 12 years. Right now,
now I think I had opportunity to justify about the people overwhelmingly, and he has not lived up to the expectation and aspiration of the people. The time to that he be replaced.
Okay.
That is now.
To be so how exactly are you? What are the reality residents district number 14, because whenever you have an ambition, you have people to support you, listen to the manifesto, have the reaction from community dwellers and folks who are in district number 14?
If you ask me, the people of District 14 are tired. They are resolved to ensure that Honorable Conan is democratically replaced, that goes to the expectation and aspiration, a representation that we used, that mandate or power that will be given him to ensure the establishment of a vibrant social corporate, the environmental challenges and social challenges we have in our district. Our people are in this district that every goose, every commodity that is utilizing people, I think it is sad. And this is why our people, as we engage them on the daily basis, as well, that was designed by my team to have is people engagement. We go from block to block, house to house. We interact with voters, we interact with the residents in their kitchens, at their porches, at their fish dryers and for the district. And we are overwhelmingly approved by so content.
Well, okay, so I mean, you are an influential person in district number 14. I guess I'm safe to say that you are someone who has influence, or one of the persons who has influence. So within where you have, this, and as your lawmaker, have you reached out to him in terms of discussing these different issues that now you're, voicing out here that district, to see how best you guys can really, handle and sort out all of these issues?
I have very good political history and coming from two political states before coming over to the Congress for Democratic Change when the co-relation was established.
So you're also from the
I'm going independent now.
So we're gonna go to the issue of how you're gonna go to the elections.
Because I mean that is an issue, right? Because we're discussing unity, and we're talking about, if I have Oliver, who is from the CDC, and as Alexa is also from the CDC, we're talking about working together, people making sure, we have this to be done. But now you're also from the CDC, and then we have another person from the CDC, and you guys are going against one another. I'm trying to actually understand that. What is it?
Where
reached out
to several times over the years. In fact, I've rating Honorable Conan several occasions. I have met him and tried to explain the program where these corporate institutions, the institutions and own business people in our district who are engaged them constructively over and help also some of the challenges we have in Clarotown. For example, you go in Clarotown, like I've been there, many of the public latrine facility are in ruins. They are not few So occasion we persuade. We were able to persuade him, and he went to APM terminal, and were informed, and he an appointment. What that appointment led to, I mean, I was never told. So you call him, and I did not stop. I have been engaging the company, and I want to say thanks to the management of the Habib shape our engagement.
So basically, your concern is the fact that the lawmaker is not giant-sized companies in the district for the. Do you think it is in the purview of the lawmaker to go chasing after companies to have social corporate projects executed in the district? Although you just talk about how you engage, but what would have been the proper way to engage people like Semenko, Flour Factory, Redco, and other people operating in the district? How would you have done it?
Exactly. I mean, I think it is the prerogative of the lawmaker, because every business or corporate institution interested to know that most of these institutions we have engaged are willing to assist the district, but they want to check or authority. They want to channel it through someone who is a legal representative. So if I was in the position of Honorable Conan, considering the situation to manage all the Semenko operation, the operation of Semenko affect our people greatly. There are no paved villages in our district. We could do a budget, do a project, and Semenko will not have to buy cement from any other institution just to make cement available. You have Semenko district, and they have other warehouses within in the same district. We could get to Semenko. Get to Seti, who could provide steel for the manpower, the technician in our district. The people graduated from the Morelia Vocational Training Center who are in the have they needed to alleviate the flood of our people. It is a serious situation during the rainy season, and we are approaching the rainy season. So if I was a representative, I would engage those people, because I think one of the of oversight, it is his responsibility, or the responsibility of any elected official of a political constituency to show formulate policies and programs to the benefit of his people. It can be through the social corporate means, it can be through engagement, it can be through project writings and other things. Once you have an engagement that is positive and constructive and rational to the needs of the people, where very property, you asking Semenko to provide cement probably on a quarterly basis, and last time Emmanuel Temple to go and get to 12 rooms. That is a problem into a way and be willing to accept. For example, we started our campaign for the younger ones to go on.
And you're going to solve the problem of hunger. Is that what you're trying to?
I'm implying that there's a solution for hunger.
Okay,
it's not possible, but there's a way that we can establish a higher population in the district for people above 60 and 70 years who are senior citizens of the country.
Okay.
And due to the system we have, getting your pension benefit or your retirement benefit from this so cumbersome, some people just retire home and just sit depending on their children. And we went to Foreign Brothers. We explained to him, he rejected our occasion, but we were persistent, and he finally agreed to us every month, first Saturday, there's a distribution of little food assistance to 20 persons in the district.
Okay.
And since we started our response, will be serving 20 persons, and that batch of 20 persons will make 300 that have benefited.
Don't you think lobbying with these businesses will undermine your independence as if these companies, you know, Semenco, Flour Factory, these other people in your area, they're in the elections, you could dance to their tune. Perhaps they could be inflating, they could be having a lot of administrative companies as a lawmaker may not talk about because they're helping to fund your projects.
That will not be my project.
So
that will be a project for the district. That will be their responsibility. I conventional concept is conventionally acceptable to provide cement to concretize our dream. Have a safe way to the channel. Not be my project. It will be the 14 project.
I agree.
I'll be
it will be project of why if the district people will need some legislative actions to deal with these companies that are against the laws of. Don't you think that tendency of always going to them to give you stuff for your district could as a legislator in making them people their benefits and wages?
Okay, to that I would say that I have the will and the passion to ensure that what I've set up to do is execution. Any project foundation will not prevent me from making a law that will benefit
your citizens.
That is why
and the question is, if you are taking, you know, materials, people who are the company owners, who are the employees at those entities, you know, although you're using the materials for the sake of the district, but how then do you come in as a lawmaker who is supposed to advocate for them when you are receiving stuff from the very people for your district development purposes?
Let's look at it this way. Currently, there is the construction of a modern library at the Matthews Park, the APM terminals.
Okay. You keep referencing APM terminals. Do you link with?
I have been engaging them.
Do you work for them?
Yeah, I do a contract. I do some contract with them.
Okay.
It gave me access to the facility, and I'm having access to some of the leaders of the institution. And these projects that are designed by the corporate institution are not necessary to give me access material or anything. For example, we want to reconstruct public facility like public utility. We do a project plan and submit it to APM Terminal. APM Terminal, through her compliance programs and procedures, will look for a vendor that will go and execute this program. Nobody is giving John money as a program that will impede or stifle his independence, or make him not to be strong against the institutions in advocating for the rights of our people.
Okay.
So these things are not necessarily giving the lawmaker money or give brothers. If Johnson Ellis the right,
okay,
where Johnson Ellis, the chairman or an influential person, like she said, permanent citizen of District 14. Johnson Ellis know who's in the old age, the 60 years.
So you're just the contact person.
So I'm just a contact person, and I get those names and submitted to the company on Saturday when they are ready, and put that will have your responsibility as a lawmaker is ensuring that the right thing For example, APN Terminal just distributed 75 book bags to protect the books and other things.
Through your engagement.
Through my engagement.
And
but APN Terminal had done nothing in District 14.
So from the way we see it, you're using your connection as a contractor with the APN terminals to bring these developmental initiatives.
Terminals before getting any contraction with them.
Don't they go to these initiatives through those areas? For example, every community should have a community leadership. The district itself is being presided resident or citizen of the district, and you have that connection with the company. Don't you think it would have been better as a managing director, APN Terminals, although I came here to do the lobbying for these initiatives, but there are different structures in the district. You taking it and going to make the presentation that you are using those materials from APN Terminal as campaign tools.
I control people feeling. I just told you in my presentation that when Alexis asked whether I have engaged on these processes, and that is lawmaker is proceeding because I have gone to the lawmaker on several occasions. I have invited him, and he said he's not. Him and said drove at APM Terminals. We went to meet the managing director.
You're talking about Representative Connor,
the current lawmaker.
Okay.
I have gone to him. I have rated him.
And the board of
Terminals. We're not alone. His car, his driver was there. His special assistant Anthony Weezer was there. We drove, and we fortunately did not meet the managing director.
You want to tell us when was that?
Last year, I had a first meeting. I had a meeting with Honorable Graham on the 21st of June, 2021. It was 2020, maybe June, around July. We drove there. I will not remember the specific date.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure
that I've encouraged him as leader of the district, but he seems not to have any interest in engaging at the disadvantage of our people. There are many things our people should be benefiting from. Come to think about APN Terminal. For example, you see Seti Brothers, Nanchedi Bajetti, cooking hot plates on Saturday for our less fortunate brothers and sisters. I think that is good, but it's not sufficient in my opinion. I think there are more that they can do. For example, we have a situation where the entire district is calling for Murphy zoning, the only public school in the district to be elevated to a high school level where a vocational component can be added for our people to acquire vocational skills that will make them employable in society. It is like we can get Jetty and all of the inner business in District 14, including SETI, how they can come together and take Murphy zoning to a public high school with a vocational component added. That would be very beneficial to our people.
Beyond using these district companies and concession, people, what other means you think the lawmaker should have used to bring relief to the people in several areas that he is not exploiting?
I think even if you take the companies aside, as a lawmaker, you are placed in certain echelon of society that give you the right to even explore international possibilities.
Okay.
There are agents of the United Nations, agents. There are other non-governmental institutions and channels that are available, that or should be available to his disposal at the level of a representative. So I think besides the corporate institution, I showed that the MC calling the Glory, but the woman here about the county development fund and some else of facility that should be available. Not as in our district. So
County development fund.
I haven't heard for a time, but I think those avenues that could be utilized, but I haven't heard anything from level.
Okay, now when in a district like District 14, you will need a stronger political party. You need a stronger political working force to actually get involved. Now, where are you with reference to your
Ellis. And as the head of that movement, we are engaging in our people. We are relying on I have a constituents in Freeport, and we are only going. So,
is that what? Have you affiliated with a political party before?
Yes. I should have. Sarah,
You had
democratic change.
What went wrong? 14 has been a strong hold most decision, that you are not be testing on the T.
I believe, considering my history of the party and from the change or course of the voting that with the current political arrangement, no dispute with any member of the political party currently.
So why if because the main reason you talk about is the issue that has to do with the financial obligation relative to participating in the party's primary.
Exactly.
Now, why if somebody from the party is listening and they say, what are the money is going to be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000? I'm going to pay for you, Mr. Sylvester Ellis. In the situation, you make yourself available for the party's primary.
That I have a team,
Mhm.
and that will not be a decision for me to sit here and just make.
You sound as if you're trying to escape from your political institution.
No.
I mean, are you afraid of the party's logo?
No, I'm not afraid of the party logo. We committed our time and effort to the promotion and development of the Congress of Democratic Change in District 14 and in Liberia large.
Okay.
And we are not afraid of the party logo, but we have decided to take this.
Are you
venture.
afraid that AVC is going to win you in the primary? And is that why you're out?
It's possible. It's possible.
So it's possible you're afraid.
It's possible that he could win me in the primary.
Okay.
but he will not
So
win me in the field.
Is it safe to say you are not confident that the district will, because those who are voting in the district primaries are district voters themselves. So if you cannot win the district primaries of your political party, if you're afraid that you may not come out from the primary as the victor, the winner, how sure are you that the entire district with a lot of people, will have you elected?
I'm sure because of my engagement. The fact
Why the same engagement cannot convince your fellow partisans to put
that our idea cut across political consideration or political affiliation. So many of our people have bought our idea and the concept for which we are trading. So we cannot settle down for something that is restricted to a particular political consideration.
Okay.
Well, you can still be a part of a political party, or you can still contest on a political party's ticket, and then you have supporters who are not basically from your political party. So all of these things you're saying are these things basically insecurities that basically you are not 100% confident in.
Perhaps you're insecure.
Because if we're talking about primary, I mean, it goes far to the district, because the district, you have a lot of people. In the primary, you just have maybe a couple of people who are there to determine as to who is, basically suitable for the slot. So now I don't understand. Is it fear? Is it insecurities? Or what exactly is it?
You can call it fear, you can call it insecurities, but I'm telling you that I've chosen based on several political considerations in our district to contest the processes independently. Exactly.
You're going to go to the process as an independent candidate if you're qualified by the National Elections Commission. When you go to vote, you're going to be given several ballot papers. A senatorial ballot paper will be given to you. You will have a presidential ballot paper and a representative ballot paper on which your photograph is going to be as the candidate of district number 14. What's your ideal candidate for the Liberian presidency? You should, by this time, have a clear idea of those who are contesting for the Liberian presidency, because you anticipate that the people in your district by this time should know exactly who they will want to be their representative. So, Mr. Ellis, your people are listening. What's going to be your pick
for president?
For the Liberian presidency?
Okay, I appeal that you leave that.
No, I mean,
my vote should be my secret.
You're asking your people in District 14 to actually go about telling people I support Sylvester Ellis, but you are not willing to tell other. I mean, how are you going to feel when your people in the district will say, my vote is my secret? Assuming Freedom Evan went to the district to do, sampling of the views of the people as to who will become the lawmaker. And everybody who support you will keep saying, my vote is my secret. Why? AVC people saying AVC, Muka people saying Muka, Pauline people saying Pauline, and so forth. How are you going to feel?
What I can say to that, Kay, is that every Liberian above 18 should have the right to exercise their individual suffrage when it comes to electioneering in our country. And it is their right and prerogative to decide who they would prefer at this on the senatorial ballot or the presidential ballot. I'm in these processes as an independent and fighting for myself.
Okay, let's look
So
at
I don't
let's look at
influence
your political legislative reasoning. If you are giving,
just before we go to that, I would like to ask: are you still a member of the Coalition for Democratic Change?
What I can say to that,
You're hesitating to answer.
yeah, because to say you are not a member of an institution, meaning that you are registered your membership with another institution.
no, it's possible you can
it's
can
possible
terminate
that
your
you can just
membership
terminate
and,
your
and remain
membership.
neutral pending your new political institution.
I'm neutral pending my new political soldier. I have not joined any political
So civilly,
party.
you are not with the CDC.
I'm not active with the CDC any longer.
You are not.
You are not
with
with
the
the CDC, or you're
CDC.
not active.
I'm not active with the CDC.
Well, I guess
Okay. You're not active with the CDC. Let's look into. Let's look.
Technically, it
Let's
still says
yeah.
you're a member of the CDC, but you're not active. That's what I think.
I'm not active with the CDC currently.
Let's look at your
Okay.
political sense of reasoning with reference to the legislature. There are too many issues that will confront the Liberian legislature, especially the 55th. This is the 54th. So when you guys will return, hopefully, if you are elected, you will be in the 55th legislature. Where do you stand on the following issues? Liberia being a secular Christian nation, these are issues that will pop up during the course of the 55th, based on our political prediction. Where do you stand on that one? And number two, there are concerns that some lawmakers, under the instructions of some organizations and political individuals in the country, could push for the issue of gay rights to be passed in Liberia. Where do you stand on that one? And at the same time, the tenure reduction issue was introduced by this government under the president. Unfortunately, the referendum could not hold it, and so it failed. Where will you stand in terms of reduction in the tenure of lawmakers? From 6 to 4. The president from 6 to 4. And then you have lawmakers specifically in the Senate from 9 to 6. Where will you stand on those three propositions?
Okay, I grew up knowing that Liberia was founded on a Christian principle. As a matter of fact, we're told that the signing of the Declaration of Independence was done.
These are sensitive issues. You want to come closer to the microphone.
I grew up knowing that Liberia was founded on a Christian principle, and we learned that the Declaration of Independence was even signed in the Providence Baptist Church. I know constitutionally Liberia is a secular state, and we will try to protect it as a secular state to protect the rights and privilege of every religion, irrespective of your political affiliation or religious affiliation.
Okay.
I think you should be protected by the law of this country as a citizen. So I would love it remain as it is. And when you talk about gay right, people tend to make a whole lot of issue out of this gay rights and LGBTQ and all these kinds of things. For me, I have never seen anybody in Liberia being killed because they are gay or something. Liberian citizens must be protected.
So you will support we are discussing Representative Sylvester Ellis at the legislature. You are sitting in the chambers of the House of Representatives. A proposal is either made available on the floor of the legislature by either one of your colleagues or somebody else, and you are to make a decision on behalf of District 14.
Sure.
Where will you stand? Should gay rights or same-sex activities be legal in the country? Where will you vote?
What I would say is that every Liberian citizen should be protected, irrespective of your sexual orientation. You should be protected.
That is not a vote, Mr. Ellis.
That's my position.
You are supposed to be voting. They are calling roll. They are in Monserrado. They've called 13 districts. It is at District 14. Where will you vote, Mr. Ellis? It is your term. Should gay rights be legalized in the country or not?
Are you against or are you for?
Every Liberian citizen should be protected.
So gays should be protected in Liberia. People who do men to men, woman to woman should be protected in the country.
That's why I say I think the laws of Liberia should protect all
Currently,
citizens.
the laws of Liberia, the law itself is against
It is not even acceptable.
the practice of men and women. We are told that there are people who may be pushing for such law to be repealed in the 55th. They want to change it. Currently, when men and men go do their stuff, if it is brought, to the notice of the government, there are actions that will be taken by the government. It's punishable under the laws of our country. At the moment, there are reports that this issue is going to be presented in the 55th legislature for legislators to debate and change. In that situation, Mr. John Sylvester Ellis, what will you do in your capacity as district representative for district number 14?
I will convene district meeting, district gathering of my people.
You call Clariton, do community people and ask them. My people say,
yeah,
men and men are married, men and men should not marry.
Yeah.
What in you say?
What they say, and that is what I will take.
So it is what they will say?
What I will take to the national legislature.
So as an individual,
away from your legislative position.
What exactly is your stance? Are you against or are you for? Because this is like one of
from your position.
One of the critical
away from
issues
politics.
that a lot of people discuss on a daily basis. And whenever we have, people who have political ambition to, be in studio or have several different intellectual meetings, people tend to ask these different questions because people want to know, as it is a very critical issue in our country right now.
And I try to be very careful because you see, these are sensitive issues that run against our cultural norms.
Okay.
And equally, in modern time, there are people who some of science has shown that some of the people are naturally who they are.
Okay.
And it becomes discriminatory to persecute people based on their sexuality.
You sound as though you are having soft spot for people who are engaged into same-sex activities.
Once it run against our cultural norms, I think the law will take a course. I'm just not interested in persecuting people based on sexuality or religion. I just don't ascribe to such ideology.
So personally for you, you believe in tolerance.
Tolerance.
And so people can do men and men business in as much as they
no.
We want to simplify.
No, but I mean, I want our people in your district to understand exactly what you're saying. You were saying they can do woman to woman, man to man, in as much as they are not interfering with the privacy of other people. You don't have an issue with it. They should not be dealt with.
Okay, that's not what I've said.
What are you saying then?
In as much it run against our cultural norms, it will be prohibited and it should be prohibited.
In as much as it runs against our cultural norms
and standard of our society.
Okay, currently, Mr. Ellis, it runs against the laws of our country.
Yeah, 100%.
My question to you
100%
was that there are reports that some lawmakers want to introduce it beginning 2024, 2025. So if you're in that position, you have two choices here. The current law says this thing is not happening. There's nonsense about man to man, woman to woman is not going to happen. But we won't change it. Representative Papa say we should change it. Let them be having the chance to interact and do whatever they want to do. What are you going to what are you going to do?
Okay, I just told you.
You will go and have community meetings.
I stand with the laws and norms of our traditional practices. In as much it runs contrary to our laws, I think it should be forbidden in our public.
So you're going to vote against it?
It took you a long time to get there, and you knew you were going to get there. So.
I just don't want to look discriminatory. I don't want to.
No, we're going straightly to things that are basically in our laws. So, I mean, whenever you have certain things that are written down and people are, definitely advocating the interests of the laws, that is a very good thing. A very good thing.
Okay, so let's go over. There is this tendency of $30,000 that we are told, that lawmakers would normally use for legislative engagement fund. What's your view on that?
My view is that
will you take it when you are elected?
If it is legal, as I have been hearing, that the distribution or the distribution of said amount has
things can be legal, but sometimes they cannot be appropriate. They cannot be logical for some particular situations.
Considering District 14 current social and environmental status, every money that will be legally entitled to that district will be collected in the interest of the district, including that 30,000 that is said to be for district engagement.
Okay, you just made us to understand that you are a current contractor of APN Terminals. Your contract is currently active, and you've been there for a little over 2 years. Am I correct?
Sure.
Now, in 2029, if you are successful in becoming a lawmaker in 2024, by 2029, 2030, your first term is going to be over. Now, APN Terminal got a contract with the Liberian government in 2010. I'm told it was rectified and passed by 2011. I stand to be corrected on that one. by 2030, that 30 years, 25 to 30 years contract will be expiring. There are reports that APN Terminal is sponsoring you in that district so that you will be one of their champions in the legislature to push for the expansion, for the extension of their contract. What do you say to that? Are you on a mission by APN Terminal?
And I'm an independent, former chairman of the Central Freeport community.
You told us that ever since.
I am not on a mission for no institution or individual.
Although they are sponsoring you, they're helping to sponsor your different community engagement. So one would think that these Romans could have some bearings.
Like I told you previously, that I can control how people think, but I'm on a mission to explore every opportunity that will benefit my district and its people.
So they are not sending you?
The APM terminal has not sent me. I've been engaged in APM terminals for years before getting the attention of some of the administrators there to look in the plight of our district. It has just been a mutual engagement based on the needs of our people and the fact that the company has a very large corporate platform that can be tapped on by any individual with a rational and reasonable project that benefit the community.
How open are you to the other aspirants who are seeking to replace Honorable Conan? Because in some of these political endeavors, you will need some collaborative efforts and engagements, to succeed. How open are you? What's the relationship between you and, for example, I'm told Madam Pauline Weah Yamfor, Mr. Kekula Muka Kemara, Emmanuel Kweku Barnes, and other people. What's the relationship with them?
We have a very good relationship. As a matter of fact, we have been trying to collaborate with our colleague in certain aspects. For example, the FAMOCO and the SAFACO putting places who are those pooling centers are squarely on the properties of Honorable Eva Moyan-Conan that place us at a disadvantage. Having pooling places in the private property of Honorable Conan gave me extra leverage, and we have decided to engage and collaborate on such issue. We are making frantic effort. We engage the National Election Commission together. We are going to be making several other engagements this week. Madam Yamfor and I communicated via messenger, and she has expressed interest to join us. I invited Emmanuel Bounds, who also intimated to me that he also having some legal plans to engage the National Election Commission to ensure that the FAMOCO and SAFACO putting places are prohibited or are deleted from the list of putting places to be in District 14 in 2023, because those putting places are given Honorable Conan undue advantage. For example, other candidates are not free to campaign there. My supporter was brutally attacked there a few months ago after the president's visitation to the district, where in Honorable Conan.
Did you take legal actions?
I reported to the police, and the police will try to get those individuals that were linked to the attack against my follower. But we are in a country where those in power are untouchable, and we made some effort, and we are still pursuing it. But due to our engagement with politics, our the electionary processes, we are tabled that until we find the necessary time that we can start to engage with that again.
These collaborations you are having amongst yourselves, I mean, the opposition aspirants in the district, if it reaches a point where a consensus will need to be built, maybe the people say, we need to narrow down our ambition. One of us should agree to be the sacred cow, or some of us should agree to lay down our ambition. Muka Pauline, Emmanuel Barnes, John Sylvester Ellis, and the rest of the other people who may be contesting are in one room. Will you be willing to give up your personal ambition for the sake of having Representative Conan replaced, since indeed all of you believe that he's incapable of, performing his job as a lawmaker? Will you be willing to be that sacrificial lamb if the consensus will mean that you are not the one to be selected by the opposition front?
I think in any arrangement of that nature, they should consider several factors. As a matter of fact, I have an agenda.
All of them have their own personal agenda as well.
I have not seen anything tangible from the Prince you are talking. As a matter of fact, all of those you just named were defeated either once or twice by the incumbent. And that signifies that the electorates, majority of the electorate, have not gone for their platform if they have any. But with the social corporate responsibility framework agenda and being the only candidate currently standing up that has not been defeated by Honorable Connor, we think we are in the proper position for any arrangement of sort to give us the opportunity to challenge him, because we are not being defeated by him. We have an agenda that is workable and resonating among our people. I think we should be given the leverage.
Okay, Alexa got some questions, then we take our break and go to the lines.
So just a follow up with regards to exactly what you just said. There are people who would think that this is a personal endeavor, not really to be in the interest of the people, but for you, because you're talking about the bottom line is to replace, the eco-pen lawmaker you already have. And then you have a lot of people who also have similar ideas to get together and have an equal representation of exactly what all of you are seeking. And what Oliver asks, I mean, this is mostly based on the lawmaker you have. He is not representing the people. He is not exactly doing exactly what is supposed to be done as a lawmaker. So what exactly would it be if someone is getting back to you to have an arrangement, and then if this is about the district, why would you think that other people's, different manifestos are not really, as really strong as yours?
I just stated some empirical evidence. Evidences that these people have contested against.
I mean, there are a lot of people we have here, their records where they've contested before in several different positions and they've been flogged, if we will say that way, but it didn't really mean at the time that they don't really have, a strong platform where there will be change or you will have something different to happen. So that is really.
But in District 14 is a different case. Okay. We have assessed all of these individuals. In fact,
so you think your platform is the best?
Among the rest,
your platform is the best.
Yeah.
So just another question, right? I mean, we've always asked these different questions, like why do you want to be a representative, or why do you want to represent the people? And we keep getting all of the same answers over and over and over again. But sometimes whenever you have an aspirant, I mean, he would definitely get here and he would definitely tell you about, this lawmaker is not doing what is supposed to be done, or that the people are definitely, reacting to my agenda in a more positive way. And whenever we have these people to be elected, fast forward, I mean, there's several changes, and then we have this person will not be able to go back to his people, especially when he was once upon a time asking for support and asking supporters to definitely look forward to him. So what different would you do if you are elected as a lawmaker of that district? What different would you do?
There are several other different things we are set up to do.
Mm-hmm.
One, we are going to be a representative that will live out to our commitment to our manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to ensure that there are regular community meetings in line with constitutional provision. We are going to ensure the establishment of a vibrant social corporate responsibility framework agenda where companies operating in our district can be made to make their social corporate responsibility contribution to scholarship for our people.
Mm-hmm. So you explain all of those issues, and in your opinion, those are the things that set you apart from
the rest of them. And those are the things I'm going to stick to ensure that our district become second to none. Our district become vibrant and positively engaged, that benefit for our younger students and younger generation are available, and that we are able to take Mafi Soni from a Jessa elementary school to a senior high school where we can have vocational program attached for the benefit of our people. Those are things that would do differently. Those are things that are not happening currently.
Okay. So before we go to the lines, many of you go to these representative and senatorial elections when you are flogged by the winners. You go back into your room.
Just disregard.
The people speak to you, you start cussing them. You do not go to community meetings anymore. You are currently sharing food to the people. You will stop sharing food.
Automatically.
You're currently providing wheelbarrows and other materials for environmental sanitation purposes. You stop doing that. what are you going to do in this situation? Will you act like people who, when they flog them, then they cut speech with the whole district? They no longer have anything in mind again for the people. What kind of former candidate you will be in the event where you are not successful to win the elections?
Well, and this is the reason I told you that in an arrangement of compromise where we narrow down, I should be given the opportunity to be the one selected. As a matter of fact,
so this time around, it is no longer about.
I'm just leading to answer your question.
Okay.
I have been a volunteer in my community since 2005, 6, 7.
Maybe because you had the mindset that one day I will want to be a lawmaker. So let me start now.
No. The dream for becoming a lawmaker, it can be attached to a photo that was posted by my friend in Canada, nominating me to become a lawmaker or the next representative.
When was that?
That was sometimes in 2021.
Okay.
And that picture went viral, and because it went viral on Facebook, I said, I think I can take
So you were jumping into the race because somebody in Canada did a Facebook post and said you should be lawmaker.
Yes.
But naturally you didn't think about becoming a lawmaker for your people.
No, that has not been my plan. I'm not playing it.
Okay.
So I have been volunteering since then, from 2005, 2006 in Claratown, in Dole community, in Freeport, Jamaica Road.
And you can name the rest of the places.
I have been volunteering, and I can assure you that come what may, I'm going to continue to volunteer because I'm a public servant.
You continue to volunteer because you are a public servant. We take our break to be right back. By the time we do that, we're going to be taking your calls here on FM 87.9. My name is Kai. Alexa is with me. Our guest is Mr. John Sylvester Ellis. He's a representative aspirant seeking to remove from office in a democratic form. Mr. Abraham Vamuya Kone, I'm told he's Honorable Kone. You refer to him as Honorable Kone. Let's take a break to be right back. Everything that resembles telephone in the studio is ringing. That is the how you call that one? This how you call this thing? I'm gonna find the right choice of word. Baby boy, I'm looking for the call. That is a disadvantage in hosting people from District 14. You know, that district is politically charged. Every little person in that district above the age of 17, will have a lot more to say on radio. So the entire district people calling. If you're there from District 14, Claratown, to be specific, Gibraltar, Samanima community, Peloton, those of you from Watusi, Dole community, Dryland, Hope Cow Factory. If I didn't call any other place, I'm very sorry. Pijo Garage, Abuja community. If you're equally in Stamford Bridge, if you're on the bridge, the Stamford Bridge area, you are at Montico, Kingston Avenue, all of the places from the Bagugwe Avenue. Call us and let's have your input. The man who is opting to replace Representative Kone is currently our guest. Call us on 086 500 104, 086 500 104, 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. For those of you outside of Liberia wanting to be a part of this conversation, you can join us on +231 86 500 104. Let's take the first person. Go ahead. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
Yeah, good afternoon, Oliver Khan.
Good afternoon, my dear.
My name is Tuemi Melvin Sako, and I joined the conversation from my people resident in district number 14.
Go ahead, Sako.
Well, the fact remains that the representative administrative bank in district number 14, DPs and wadis, every single day that representative going to spend as representation of the people of district number 14. So yes, indeed, there is leadership deficit in the district, and this deficit needs to be filled in. And a loom and only character that can prepare to fill in such vacancy and vacuum is the man seated there in your studio this afternoon.
Okay, we leave you. We take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My name is V.S. Woolley, and I'm phoned this afternoon from my people president. And let me say thank you so much to our leader and teacher, mentor, in presence of John Sylvester Ellis.
Okay.
I think Representative Kone will be added from the legislature, and we believe that somebody who has a clear vision to actively represent the people of District 14 must be able, given the opportunity to represent, because John Sylvester Ellis has a clear message, and that which we recommend to you, KOK, that all of those who want to be represented, in fact, on a platform, let it explain to us why they want to be represented and what they capable of doing with the people of District 14. But John Sylvester Ellis has been one person who has the charisma, has the ability to actively represent the people of District 14.
Okay.
And that which we will campaign and vote for John Sylvester Ellis. Thank you ever so much for the opportunity.
We leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Hello, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good evening, my brother. Let's hear you.
My name is Morris Leo from the county.
Morris, your line is bad. Make some adjustment.
Let me say thanks to the honorable man in studio there. I wish he knows me in person. But I would like to ask honorable the honorable man in studio. He served as community chairman in Pagoya community for over 5 years plus. What has he done for Pagoya community? 1, 2. When he took over as a chairman, what was in the community cover and what he left there when he was going, because he was leaving, when he was resigning as chairman, he did resign on a Facebook, and we saw the text message that he wrote or what he said. We saw it. So now he wants to go at the legislature, which he will be representing a district.
You got to conclude.
What are he going to do at the national legislature? Because we know as an individual that he should be competent, the competent lawmakers that we, because if you say that you want to replace...
Thank you very much. You are asking the man to respond to how he left and all of those issues. And again, you are still narrating. So thank you very much. I think he got your concern. He will respond to them. Let's take more of the calls here. Do we go to line 2 and take this person? Yes, let's go to line 2 and take this other one. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, okay. How you doing, Papa?
We're great, man. Sisi.
Okay. Yeah, the general on the line. And let's how you doing, my daughter?
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, let me say hi to hello, Cheese. Hello.
The man name is John Sylvester Ellis. Man, Sisi.
Okay. Thank you. He not know my name, so I'm supposed to know his name. I will only get to know it. Thank you. Lord, let me say thank you for picking that young man in studio. You getting me?
I'm listening.
Okay, I will be telling me it's a time. No.
God.
Because it may get more things to take for all this afternoon. I must see one. My question I want to ask the investor for here. Ellis, say the man said, say you have been district in your place here, district 14, in his district, Freeport Bell. Papa, yeah, what you have done for the people that want. 2, you want to be a lawmaker. And last year we saw your group, you took group at the place there at Mafi Soli Campo. And the group you told that you want to be lawmaker, and your people were asking you chucking the lawmaker. You think about you, it will be far with you in your shoes? Did
that actually happen, man, Sisi?
Yes, it happened. Our president he aware of that. He aware of that when his boss was chucking everything when I called it. He was there. So why it will be good in your shoe was my going to hear as a lawmaker. Well, you will like the idea.
Okay.
And 200 person or his scholarship in our district. Because for me, I'm not being here person in my district. I'm the district 14. I'm not being here person. So he's going from place to place again, but you're breaking about it. You see, so you want to tell us. Let you get tell us and tell us what you want to do in the place when you become resonated. But I'm not here. If to be come on plane, bridge, you get there in a place. Papa, yeah. You get me? Abuja community where you there service. You come on plane, bridge, you're not there. You want to become a business. Myself go in there. Myself go in there.
Okay, we will bring you to the studio. We will bring you to the studio, man, Sisi, if you are contesting.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I will not go for you. Myself go in there.
Okay.
We leave you right there. Wow, this is becoming interesting by the minute. This person, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good evening, KOK, Alexa, and our chairman.
Good evening.
My name is Emmanuel Willis. Stage name is Blue Wine. And I just called to appreciate our chairman, to tell him the youth of Freeport, we got his back. We with him anywhere he go. We stand by him. That's what's up.
Thank you. That's what's up. What? Have you heard that, Alexa? That's what's up. Anyway, he said with the stage name, so I think he should be an artist. This person, hello?
Okay, this is Samson Kappa calling from Central People.
Something you got to change your phone or change your location.
Okay, are you getting me now?
Much better.
Okay, this is Samson Kappa calling from Central People.
You listen to Mr. Ellis.
You say I'm related to Mr. Ellis?
I said you listen to Mr. Ellis. You've heard what he said.
Oh, yes. I heard, in fact, he myself interacted with Mr. Collins several times.
Okay.
It was a time when Mr. Collins to even ask for scholarship that was to be provided by APN Terminal. Mr. Collins told us that he's not a beggar to ask for things from concessional or our group. So, I mean, he takes everything down. And that, yes, many children cry. Like in our community, we have several problems Mr. Collins doesn't know about. Water, here, no water in this community. There's a water here they call Satan Fat. My brother, if you smell that water, you'll feel bad about us in the community. Because our community is a swamp community. And we think the water, the children are going to school in the morning. They will use that water as stain water. Mr. Collins doesn't know even what happened in our community. There's a road you say you're building. That road is yet to be completed. Mr. Collins said there, I mean, let me tell you something before I grab the line. Mr. Collins has reached his peak because there's a school Mr. Collins built. He called us in that school.
You gotta conclude. You gotta conclude.
Yeah, let me conclude. I told Mr. Collins, that school that you built, community people will go there because you wouldn't call it white people and white people will go there. You say you built a school for us as we speak. Don't go to school. I mean, you look at them, not even for our community. So Mr. Collins has reached his peak that somebody will replace him, whether Mr. Ellis or whosoever, because I'm a community leader. I'm the Secretary General of the Elder Council. So as Mr. Ellis is in the race, we hope that he will run a campaign and replace Mr. Collins.
Okay.
Mr. Collins has already...
Thank you. We leave you. We take this other person. Go ahead quickly. Let's hear you. Hello? Oh my God. Wow, there are too many calls. It is a problem hosting people from District 14. Go ahead, this person.
Hello?
Go ahead, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, this is Gerald Platter calling from Freeport.
Freeport, go ahead.
I want to say hi to the honorable man. You see, this is why Liberian go forward. This man, I've worked with everybody. This man consistently, every green city, this man will take a boy himself, put on young boys together, cleaning all drainage and things.
Okay.
Now the APC they are talking about nobody can see him appear like a dead body in a district. But then they may try his best, do things. But then people are calling saying that he's not calling. He's not to do for you. I beg of them, bring it to you before you know say he came for you. So in my mind, this man is the right leader, and we're going to vote him.
Okay.
We're going to vote him down October.
In your mind, he's the right leader. You're going to vote for him. This other person, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Hello, my name is Roland, and I'm calling from Broad Street. I'm a resident of Freeport community.
Go ahead, Roland.
And many thanks to Honorable Alex in studio. I appreciate his expose. He was excellent. We want to be to the point. Honorable Corner has failed that district miserably. So, like I hear Masisi saying what have Honorable Ellis have done in that district. The records are there. If you go in the various communities, one way or the other, you'll hear people tell you the goodness of Honorable Ellis in studio there.
Mm-hmm.
He's the man we chose, and he's the one we are waiting to work with, and we love him, and he's going to be our next representative. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Oh my God. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. Hello. 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 Okay. It is in trouble. Let's clear the lines and take this other person on this one. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm Mohammed Kumar calling from Pechetan.
Mohammed from Pechetan. Go ahead, Mohammed.
Yeah. The brother don't want to be sincere to the people. My primary with him is that when you ask him about the gay thing, why you can't be good to the people? If you want to be good, be good. Not be like Alexander Kumi. The same question somebody Jacket or asking Alexander Kumi, they don't answer that question. That the same question you put on that brother Chestnut. He gets me. Why you can't be weird to the people? To protect your people. If you want to protect the people, vote against for this thing. Speak against it. But you don't want to do it. You want for the people. So he got no more to say. He got no way to go.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's leave it right there. We're gonna take the last batch of calls, then we go to him. Let's take this one. Hello, our international line is different. It's difficult. Let's take this one. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, okay. Yes,
District 2, go ahead.
Okay. According to your studio girls, let me be sincere to ourselves in Liberia. Yes. That particular position within the district leadership, the men have done this service to the district leadership, insulting, but the coordinator, insulting Ambassador Weah on his post.
He has been insulting.
Ambassador Weah. Then with Maya Beater. But certainly, we've been crying down politically because we're telling him to be party disciplined. That's why you see him.
But the man is saying he's no longer part of your party.
Because of that. Because but the guy is insincere to himself. The guy is getting small money from Alexander Cummings. That's why you asking that critical question that you.
Do you have proof? Do you have proof that he's receiving money from Alexander Cummings?
Yes. That's why you asking that critical question that you support or gay marriage. That's why you see him doxing it because he is a supporter of the gay political party. That guy doesn't have moral, but he's immoral.
Okay, so we leave it right there. You don't have proof to what you're saying. Let's take this international caller. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Michael Tippison, and I'm calling you from Minneapolis.
Michael Tippison from the U.S. What fish do you have to fry in District 14 politics?
All of my life, I have lived struggling, fighting for what I believe the people in District 14 truly deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be a sad day if I sit without being a part of the decision-making process in October. I firstly want to announce that I will be in Monrovia into community and John.
Oh my God. The line is busy. You will be in Dole community? Go ahead.
The people in Dole community, the people in Claratown, the people in Petertown, and the rest of the communities, the people know the leader that have been intervening for them.
Is
Kekula Muka Kamara. And that leader is Kekula Muka Kamara. We want them to know that Muka has District 14 at heart. He wants to help the people of District 14.
Okay, so you do not believe that Mr. Ellis is the best option?
I don't think.
Okay, you don't think your line is busy? Tippison says he doesn't think that that Mr. Ellis is the best option. The lines are bustling. We take 6 more, then we call it a day. This person, hello, 1 minute.
Yeah, God, thank you. This is the boss of Miraculous Francis K. Howard Jr. I do double conversation for freedom of the camp. Let me appreciate the honorable studio there. He spoke plenty for the camp. Can I be honest here? District number 14. I've been honor represented camp for the past 12 years. Camp, the young people at this performance benefit from what they labor for. That's number 14.
Your line is terrible. Sorry, we cannot continue with you. Your line is terrible. Let's see if we can take this other person. Hello, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Go ahead.
My name is Armstrong Kawa, popularly known as Armstrong Grand Julia Kawa.
Go ahead, Armstrong.
A resident of the 14. However, I would Committee John Sylvester Ellis served as Vice Chair of Political Affairs of the CDC. To be frank on this public media, the manner and form of which John Ellis proceedings, he is wrongly proceeding. Let me be frank to the issue.
Why is it because he's contesting against Representative Corner?
I like you question in Syria. The fact that when in Syria, he was unable to give us his reasons for which he want to represent the people.
He said he said hello.
Meetings that we expected from him that he failed to do, but all of the focus was based on the issue of APN terminal, the social corporate responsibility, and that we needed a cogent information that relates to the 3 cardinal functions of a lawmaker. And it's not about you being a contractor to EPN terminal that you will focus your agenda to EPN terminal. No.
Okay. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's take the other person quickly. 1 minute.
Thank you. My name is Melvin Brown. I call you from a resident in Togo community.
Go ahead, Melvin.
Let me say, pass up to your studio guest and to Sister Alexa. I listened to Mr. Alex. I think he expatiated very well, even though he was taking up balance in answering some of the questions.
Which question?
But to the point, the among the 2-3 questions I asked him, I got it off balance. His affiliation with the political party, his support to the president's re-election, his stance on same-sex marriage. These are questions that he was completely off balance on. But to issue, we all have a common enemy, who happens to be the field old-age businessman turned lawmaker.
You are the youth chairman of District 14 for the CDC, and you are terming the lawmaker of District 14 in Representative Abraham Bavuna Konem, who is equally a CDC lawmaker, as a failed old businessman. Just for the records.
Let me say this to you. I'm the former youth chair of District number 14. I right now occupy the position as the Secretary General of Moswalo County CDC Youth League.
I stand to be corrected on that one. Sorry about that.
No problem. But I am a resident of District number 14, and District 14 remains my birthplace.
So ABC has failed in your own wisdom.
5 years, he have majorly failed.
Okay.
No legislative function, no oversight responsibility, and so forth. But we are not going to take a failure of ABC to replace him by the nether witchy, watchy, or what, or rhetorical political talks. We want practicality and we want tangibles.
What is practicality? The man just told you he's distributing food to 20 persons in a particular community through the help of APN terminals. He told you that he is into cleaning of drainages and other environmental initiatives. True funny, I beg your pardon.
And I'm a living witness to that, but he did it in his position as the chairman for FREDA, Freeport Development Association, not as the candidate for Tim Ellis. He started all of those initiatives. I think the corporate.
So that alone should tell you that he is being practical in solving some of the social problems confronting the district.
Power has its own way of changing
So
people.
why can the president who you are supporting use his own power to have his own way to do some of this stuff? Then when the power comes,
who do you know I'm supporting?
I don't. You haven't told us who you are supporting. So until you tell.
So then don't jump the gun.
Go straight to the point.
So who are you supporting? Because you just told us you are not going to mind the the failed performance of Representative Conan to make you support a rhetorical, leader. So who then do you think is appropriate for the job?
Who I think is appropriate? Anybody who will win a party's primary.
Okay.
Well, it's okay. Thanks for calling.
You are a party disciplined individual.
Thanks for
this
calling.
question, 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you, KOK.
Quickly.
Yeah, thank you. This is Emmanuel P. Bonoti, representative aspiring official number 4.
How are you sounding
So
as though you are not trusting yourself?
You're sounding reluctant.
Should I be yelling on the radio? There's a public platform. You don't expect me to call and yell.
Your colleague is in studio, and I'm going to give you 1 minute. I'm giving other people 30 seconds, but 1 minute, quickly.
Okay. Firstly, I'd like to appreciate the brother for taking his time to appear on the radio. Okay. I listened to the brother in studio, and I think when you talk about the corporate social responsibility, his approach to it is a very tokenistic approach. We are talking about on a social corporate responsibility to ensure that our school is built in district number 14 that will provide quality education for our people. We are not talking about APN terminal getting TD scholarship, full scholarship. That is just a tokenistic approach to the problem. So I think, in my opinion, he needs to sit and redefine what is social corporate responsibility, look at it from an holistic standpoint, and not just of him looking at it from a tokenistic perspective.
Thank you very much. Let you.
How do you expect people to understand what you say?
Let you take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah. Hello, Koike.
Go ahead, sir. Quickly.
Let me say thank you very much. My name is Chikwan Roland Tiba, the National Chairperson of the Veterans Bureau of Liberia.
Go ahead. 1 minute.
Let me say thank you very much. I think I said quietly and follow the show. We want to say thanks to John because the essence of leadership is about taking a bold step and wanting to see reason to transform and empower the people. This could put it in its essence is in darkness. We are calling on all candidates aspiring who want to transform and bring light to District 14 to take up the challenge and come out. Let them leave the comfort zone because District 14, when you look at the four corner of District 14, is one of the smallest and richest. Hello?
Go ahead. You are
one of the smallest and richest. And to have leader over us who is not seeing and advocating for the people. You want to call on the Muka, the Poli, the Imara community to join forces to see our best. We all can push forward for the transformation and development of our district.
Thank you.
Hands on to John, and we encourage all other candidates to do the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll leave you. We'll take this question quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Cleveland.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
This is Marshall Farley basing only for my sick bill. My sick bed somewhere around.
Your sick bed.
You do. It has to do with my district on the screen to participate. You know, I listened to my brother John Ellis in the studio that I would not call legal. I'm the chairperson on the planning and policy district 14. But okay, the Ellis has said all he could say, but I foresee Ellis forgetting about what transpired in District 11 with Yeka Kurva. This is another SOD that's sitting in our studio.
No. What transpired in District 11 with Yeka Kurva? What transpired? What has it to do with District 14?
Okay, that's the scenario. Yeka Kurva was supported by some civilians on the basis that the then lawmaker was in Ibu. He took action with the party and other people.
What is the connection with Mr. Ellis?
Ellis is an SOD, ex-SOD.
what has what has being an ex-SOD officer got to do with your performance at the legislature? So who told you all SOD officers will behave like Yaka Koluba?
But I've seen you have orchestrated some of these things. You listen to Max C. You just ask journalists what reason you went to do the commission of our district.
Okay. Thank you. We'll leave you and take the last 3 callers and we go home. Go ahead.
Hello.
1 minute, no time.
Yeah, my name is Azi Uzi and to from member of the friend of Purity.
1 minute, no time.
Yeah, you all know there's a 14 honorable ACC have failed this district, but the young people of this district, we are looking up to the representative aspirant who is contesting our district to do the rightful thing when it comes to we need a good backbone water. We need a quality education.
So do you have that lawmaker or that representative in waiting who is prepared to do all of those issues?
It is the reason we the young people we are searching among these so many as representative aspiring. But to Honorable John Studio, he spoke upon the issue of scholarship, and then we from the Central Magnifica Mission School, we have not seen Honorable John or Temple.
So you want him to come to your school? Thank you. Let's take the second to the last. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Oliver. Good evening.
Quickly.
Yeah, my name is David Kuyanambe. I followed to this conversation from my 2 community residents.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Alex the opportunity to express himself regarding the plans for the district, and I want to say kudos to him. But a few things very quickly. I think I'm a testimonial of the fact that Mr. Ellis is one of those persons aspiring in the district and is meaningfully contributing to help in some of the situations. But one issue in his presentation I have problem with is this. I think for any representative aspirant at this time to not be very decisive on who they want to be president, I think he should also reconsider look on that. And I was not very satisfied with his point when it comes to the issue of gay. I think he was very inconsistent. He flip-flopped from one issue. Initially, he said he respects the law, everybody have the right. We clearly indicated that he will allow voter esteem or what have you. And later, when you pressure him, he said that bro on books that gay is not appropriate in the society and what have you. I think he on the next appearance he should be very decisive in what his opinion on different issues are, so as to ensure that it's okay for him. But I think it's okay because in the corner have failed, and this option could be found for the district. End of them. Thank you.
The last person. You are the last. Hello. Nobody else after you.
Hello.
Go ahead.
My name is Dariton Carrot Dennis. I've just joined from Peter Committee on the Bush Island, a member of the city. Let me say kudos to you and your studio guests. You spoke well, but I'm so sad to see the aspirant who be represented struggling to answer question. One of the questions is struggling to answer the issue of same-sex marriage. And secondly, asking question, who will you vote for as a representative aspirant? You ask your candidate, your supporter in the broad district to vote for you properly, but you don't want to be clear on the national radio to tell who you vote for. So I see that as a dead to us as a brother of district voting. You should come back to better tell the district people who will you vote for before making a decision. Thank you all so much.
We'll leave you right there. We don't have the luxury of time, and so we're going to take this quick break. When we come back, we join Mr. John Sylvester Ellis to give us his parting comments here on 87.9. Let's take our break to be right back.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we have seen in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Okay, peace in Monrovia, peace in Liberia. Mr. Ellis, it is over to you. Your parting comments, then we are out of the air.
Thanks, KOK. Thanks. Many thanks for the opportunity. I'm really impressed by the setup and the fact that the nature of your quizzing and your scrutiny of candidates, especially what was done here today, is highly commendable. I would love to close by assuring the people of District 14 that the social corporate responsibility framework at Ghana is the best at Ghana in this election, and that they should consider Team Ellis come October 10. I listened to some of my well-respected friends, Kwe Nangwe, Kigban Tiba, and Darlington from Petertown, as they spoke about what they term a flip-flop. I'm a tolerant person, and I'm going to a place that I've not been before. I don't know how it's worked there. I'm going to be learning a whole lot of things, and I want to be very tolerant and respectful to the views and rights of other people. Someone said that I received money from Edison Comey, support gay. Nowhere in my lifetime have I interacted with Honorable Conan, Honorable Cummings personally or in secret. The only interaction formally I had Mr. Comey was when he visited the Freeport community, and we hosted him. Man CC probably may not know what I've done in District 14, and probably she has not been following me, but I show her that even where she lives in Jonah Island, I have personally sponsored environmental project in Jonah Island. The recent project that was implemented through my influence by APM Terminals, clean right by her house, and we clean the major drainages throughout the district. So we want to call on our people. And I would love to also extend an other hand to all the candidates in District 14. We are about to visit the National Election Commission, ensuring that SAVACO and FAMOCO polling places are not placed on the centers for voter registration this year, because we feel it will give Honorable Conan undue leverage in these processes. Honorable Conan always won those places, and other candidates have not had and the right or privilege to freely campaign or canvass in those localities. So for the sake of fairness and to avoid violence in this election, we hope that the National Election Commission will listen to our appeal and delete those places from the list of polling places for the ensuing general election. We love to call on the young people of District 14. We love to commend APM Terminals. We love to commend Foreign Brothers for the step they are making in the district through our engagement. We call on other corporate institutions, especially the National Port Authority or the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, who are national parastatals, to help with the challenges. We're approaching the rainy season, and we need to have our district clean. We need support from all these institutions. We want to call on all of them. District 14 is the heart, Jiban said. The district is rich, and we need to tap on the booming economic and commercial activity that is happening in our district. And Team Ellis is set to do just that. Irrespective of your political or religious affiliation, we respect you and we'll call you to join us so that we can emancipate our district from the hands of Honorable Conan, who have failed in every aspect of his responsibility as a lawmaker. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Folks, there you have it. As we are going to be going closer to the 2023 elections, if you are there as a representative aspiring or wanting to enter the Liberian Senate, contact us. Contact Alexa. Contact Oliver Kine. And trust me, we are going to have you brought on this platform to to make some inquiries, to quiz you. You will tell us why you want to be the lawmaker for your district, your county. And trust me, on this platform, we have no friends. We say it to you the way we think it is supposed to be said. We ask you those questions that you would need to answer. Join the conversation on tomorrow. On tomorrow, we play host to the Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, the Honorable Lejehu Julius Rennie, Liberia's official spokesperson. Honorable Lejehu Julius Rennie is going to be here on the platform to tell us more about the government's operation. With months to the elections, he's expected to tell us more about the state of affairs of the country, ranging from the economy, the rule of law, peace and security, election financing, information dissemination, infrastructure developments, the status of the president's promises across the country, the recent counter tour. We are told the Liberian leader is expected to go on tour across the country as well. All of these, plus many other concrete discussions, will constitute the menu right here on 87.9. My name is Kain. Alexa was here. We go home to return on tomorrow.